Hey, what's up, guys? Today we will start off with load balancing Citrix director URL on Netscaler. As you are aware, in our last series, I've already got a studio and delivery controller and director running on two nodes, DDC O1 and O2. The URL that I'm talking about is the one where if you click uh, on Citrix director on O1, this is the page that you normally enter. So what we're going to do is we are going to load balance this specific page on the Netscaler itself. So before we log in, we'll just make sure we're able to get in without any issues. As you can see that the local host director page is opening up, and this shows us the entire architecture, and all of the components of delivery controllers are running, and it also shows what the status is of the site database. So it looks all green to us. So let's now log on to the Netscalers. So once you're logged on, let's click on traffic management, load balancing. We already have our servers already in place from the last video where we load balance the DDCs. As stated, the director is also running on the same nodes, that's DDC O1 and O2. So the first step we'll normally go ahead and do is we'll create the monitor for the director. So we'll go ahead and click on add and create one, call it Citrix director. And in the monitor type, we select HTTP and click on next. We make sure that we tick on SSL, and in the HTTP request, we want to type in. So this is the URL page that we want to put in the request, and I want to have a response page of 200. I'm not doing a redirect, so I don't need to put a 302, and I'll go ahead and click create. The next step is we'll create our new service group. We call this SVC underscore director. In protocol, we'll select SSL and do an OK. In the service group, we'll select the nodes in here. So it would be DDC O1 and O2. I'll click on select. And in the port, I'll make sure I put 443, create, and I'll click on OK. I'll bind the monitor that we just created in there. So I'll select the monitor that we just got created, Citrix director, and click on select, and I'll bind it. What I would like to see is I just want to make sure that the bindings is all good. And I'll click on done. As you can see, I'll just save the config. The director is up. The next step is creating the virtual server for director so we can load balance it. I'll click on add VSVR underscore director, and it's going to be SSL. The IP for that is, I'll just quickly check in my notes for me. Sorry. I've already got a DNS entry for it created. I called it Citrix director dot the FQDN name of the domain itself. So that's already been created on my DNS. I'll be selecting the service group bindings, and I'll select director. Click on select. and I'll bind it. Click on continue. On the server certificate, I will bind the wildcard SSL cert. Click on bind. I'll click on continue. In the persistent type, I'll click OK insert, and the backup, I'll keep source IP. I'll keep that to the default and click on OK. I click on done, and I will save the config. So the first step is we need to see the probe is up. So you can see that the probe status is showing as up. So two of the probes are up. And quickly, let's check it by pinging the DDC. So open up the command prompt and I'll ping 2.168.1.146. Looks good. I'm getting a response back. And I'll ping with the DNS name as well, just to make sure I'm able to reach it. So that looks good. Now let's try to reach it with the DNS name and see if I'm able to get to the page. Director.co.nz/director. Now you can see I'm putting a /director. I will also go ahead and create a responder policy once I'm able to get into this page, so that I just click in, I just hit the URL of the DNS name itself, and it automatically forwards me to or redirects me to the director page. So firstly, let's double check and make sure I'm able to get. Oh, there you go. That looks good. And I'll just log on with my credentials to make sure I'm able to get in. That looks good. And there you go. I'm able to see the director page in here, and all of my components looks healthy and green. That's how you would normally a load balancer director. But let's say, for instance, you don't want to type that /director URL name. For that, what we can normally do is we could normally create a responder policy. So let's go back to our Netscaler, and under App Expert, we can only see responder. Uh, we need to enable this feature. So I'll right click on that tab and enable it. Click yes on that. And I'll save the config once. So we'll create a responder action. So I'll click on action, add, and I'll call the name of the action director underscore redirect. In type, it has to be a redirect. And in the expressions, I'll just type in /director in inverted commas and create. Now I'll go to policies under responder and create a new policy as well. I'll call that director underscore redirect. I'll make sure I select the action that we just created, which is director redirect. And in the expression window, I'm just going to paste the command in there, which is http://request.url.path.equals / which is director. And I'll go ahead and click create. Once that's done, I'll go back to the load balancer, which is the director load balancer, and add a policy. Click on plus. I'll make sure that I select a responder policy, which will be a request in type. Click on continue. I select the policy, and keep the priority of 110 and make sure the expression ends, and I'll click on bind. Once I've binded it, click on done, save the config, click on yes. Now let's test. I'll go back to my URL. I'll just log off. Or maybe I just try it from our box. So on DDC02, I'll just log into this box and we'll try that URL. I'll just paste just the URL, the DNS name, and this should automatically redirect me to the director page. There you go. Uh, and let's make sure we're able to get in as well. And let's log in. And as you can see, the page is just logged in, and I'm able to uh, I'm able to view all of the resources and the status of my delivery controllers as well. Uh, so that's it for today. In the next series, we will start off with installation of Citrix Vim in high availability. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Hasta la vista from Citrix Sage. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.